You guys have spoken. You want more countdowns. And if you don't, X is still going to give it to you. That might be a good pickup line. Anyway, check out behind me movie statues. That's what we're counting down. Hey, for you new people, my name is Mr. X, and you might be thinking, my God, this guy is an ass. I am. But I have lots of cool extreme collectibles, and today that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to do a countdown of my favorite movie statues that are in the X collection. Originally, this countdown was supposed to be 3 or 4 videos long, but I think we're on video number 20 or 30 of countdowns of different things regarding collecting, specifically with statues. At the end of this video, you'll see a little card to some other countdowns, so if you like this, you can check those out. But this time, it's going to be a little bit different. However, the one thing that's going to stay the same is you're going to hear about that statue giveaway. We are going to hit 20,000 subscribers in 2020. To do that, we're giving away a statue every 2,500 subs. At 15,000 subs, the winner will get to choose between these two PCS Mortal Kombat statues. Make sure that you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, and you've hit that bell notification. Then stay tuned towards the end of this video to find out how to enter. So this is what's going to be different. Traditionally, as we've been counting down like Wolverine statues, best life-size busts, things of that nature, I've been talking about the ones that haven't arrived yet to the Extreme Collection. However, with movie statues, I don't even want to go down that route because I know I'm going to miss some. But one thing I wanted to clarify before we got started is what constitutes a movie statue? Does a statue have a character that's actually based on a movie count? No. So for example, these two Alien statues, well, Aliens are a movie, right? Well, they're also a graphic comic. And I don't even know which one came first, but these cannot be included because they're not from a specific movie. So for example, if we're going to look at Superman statues, it has to be a Superman statue from a specific Superman movie, like this Christopher Reeve statue right here. However, he's not on the countdown because he's not one of my favorites. So what constitutes my favorite? So I do a painstaking analysis and I look at each statue, I look at the concept, I look at the design, the paint, the sculpt, the value, the originality. And then I take all that and I throw it out the window and I just look at which one do I like better. So it's my opinion, my gut feeling. And as a warning, this can easily change from day to day. But let's start with today's countdown. And like I said, honestly, a lot of stuff goes into this. It's not highly calculated, but there are some things I can tell you about. For example, my attachment to a character does have something to do where it ranks. So that's why I'm going to start with a few honorable mention, and then we'll look at the top 12 because I couldn't narrow it down to just 10. But for example, an honorable mention right here is this Dr. Manhattan statue. And one could argue this is actually from DC Comics, but to me this is based off the movie version because it looks just like him. And I could be totally wrong, it was a custom piece, but I do rank this as an honorable mention. The next two pieces of honorable mention are also DC pieces, but these are specifically from movies. This first one is the Sideshow Collectibles Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. I love this statue, I think it's highly underrated. From what I think was a not very good movie, but I still enjoy watching it, kind of a guilty pleasure. But I love Michelle Pfeiffer. I think they did a fantastic job representing Catwoman in the movie, and this statue represents her great. And the same can be said about this custom Jack Nicholson Joker. This is purely my attachment to the character, and of course the statue is done very well, but I really like this piece, and it also comes in an honorable mention. Another honorable mention, strictly because it's probably my favorite werewolf movie, is The Howling from Pop Culture Shock Toys. This piece right here, I think a lot of it could have been done better, so it's definitely not the paint that does this or the sculpt, but I think it's the decent likeness to the actual werewolf in the movie, and I love that movie. Here is a Superman that is not an honorable mention. This is a Henry Cavill Superman bust. The only thing I don't like about this is the sculpted hair. I actually do have a Christopher Reeve bust that should be shipping soon, so it'd be interesting to see if he made the list as well. But the likeness is uncanny. They did an awesome job on this. He didn't make the top 12, but definitely an honorable mention. Now we're going to jump into the top 12. As a reminder, these are only pieces that I own that are currently in the collection. And I think you guys are going to be surprised that some are even on the list. Some weren't higher in the list, and you're going to be really surprised, especially by number 6, I think. So let's go ahead and dive in with number 12. This is my recent acquisition of the Kong vs. Skullcrawler statue. I am shocked this was in the top 12, but as I was looking around and trying to figure out what to put in here,
that's what she said.
and this one kept coming back to me and jumping on the list. And I think it's the concept. I love the concept of this piece. And from looking, 2 feet away or so, this statue really does capture your attention. Number 11 is the Wolf Predator from Sideshow Collectibles. This is their legendary scale. It's about a third scale piece. Again, the concept is amazing on this. I'm not as fan of the paint and sculpt, but I think the concept is awesome. And I think it's going to be unseated by many of the Predator statues coming out from Prime 1 Studios. Some of those are movie-based, some of those are not. But at number 11 is Sideshow's legendary scale Wolf Predator. Number 10 recently wouldn't have made the list, and I need to do a review on this, but this is the Pred Alien bust from Sideshow Collectibles. And the reason this is on the list now is recently I did a room tour. You can actually check that out, and I moved where he was displayed at. I moved him much higher. He was near the floor before, or actually on the floor, and he looks amazing up high. And I think this really goes to say that how you display something can really affect the statue, and that is the case here with number 10, Pred Alien bust from Sideshow Collectibles. Number 9 I thought would be higher is the Elite Creature Collectible Mohawk Gremlin. This is from Gremlins 2. Maybe if it was Stripe, I would have been a little bit more attached to it. Maybe it would have been higher up on the list. But this is a very well done piece. It looks lifelike. It is life size, and it's an amazing piece by Elite Creature Collectibles. So as a movie piece, this came in at my number 9. Number 8 is my custom 1/4 scale Blade statue. So custom is an unlicensed private commission. I think they only made 50 of these. This piece I thought would be a little bit higher, and I think I even ranked him higher than I should have, just because of a little bit of attachment to the character. Love all the different switch outs on this. Uncanny likeness to Wesley Snipes in my opinion. Very, very cool piece from what I think is still a very cool series of movies. Number 7 is more about the statue than my attachment to the character, but this is a custom 1/4 scale Crow statue. And this does have a switch out portrait where it's more to the comics, but this one to me, this one is more to the late Brandon Lee from the movies, and I absolutely love this piece. I love the paint on it, I love the sculpt, and while I think the concept of the crow in the movie and the comics is awesome, the movie specifically, I think the execution was okay, but this statue, the execution was awesome. So now we're at number 6, and number 6 right here I think is going to surprise a lot of people because it's a piece that doesn't go for very much money. This is the Sideshow Collectibles Jason, and there's so many different Jason statues, I don't even know what this one is labeled, so maybe someone can throw that down in the comments. But this piece right here I think is the best representation of Jason out there. I have the exclusive. I love it. He looks awesome paired up against their Freddy, who did not make the list. But I think Sideshow Collectibles does a very good job on horror statues. Now we're down to the top 5, and these pieces I kept going back and forth, so any hour they could actually change the order they're in. But before we dive into them, I gotta let you guys know, we're actually doing a statue giveaway. Check this out. We are going to hit 20,000 subscribers in 2020. To do that, we're giving away a statue every 2,500 subs. At 15,000 subs, the winner will get to choose between these two PCS Mortal Kombat statues. Make sure that you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, and you've hit that bell notification. Then stay tuned towards the end of this video to find out how to enter. So let's go ahead and start with number 5. Number 5, most people would think would be higher on the list, is the Queen Studios T800 bust. While the likeness to Arnold is uncanny, while the silicone skin is amazing, I think there was some opportunity in the battle damage. It is still an absolute amazing piece, but it came in at number 5, and I'm going to kind of throw a curveball on you as well, because while it's number 5, it's technically number 6. Because for number 3, I actually have 2 pieces that are tied. But number 4 is going to be the biggest shock on the list to everybody, I think, and I went over this over and over again. And while technically one could argue this isn't based on the movie, it sure looks like he is. This is by XM Studios. This is their Boba Fett. This piece right here, like I said, I don't think it's technically from the movie. It looks just like the Boba Fett from the movie, or maybe not. Maybe a Star Wars purist can correct me. I know that the fandom is great in Star Wars, especially if you get something wrong. So please let me know that in the comments as well. But I love this piece. I think this would be one of the last Star Wars pieces I had to go. And interestingly enough, it's the only Star Wars piece on my list. Now remember I said number 3, we have 2 that are actually tied. Well, what's interesting to me is number 3, 2, and 1 are all by the same company, and they're all similar, and we're going to get into that in a second. And I never thought they would be the top of this list, and I kept trying to put them lower, but it kept coming back up.
Hey, that's what she said.
So tied for number 3 is the Prime 1 Alien Dog. I've ranked this number 1 as a best licensed piece before, and while I'm not a huge fan of Alien 3, this piece is just phenomenal. Prime 1 Studios knocked it out of the park. The paint, the sculpt, the concept, such a cool piece. Big fan of this, but also tied for number 3 is the Queen Studios Joker bust. So this is Heath Ledger. This is an unlicensed piece, but it's obviously off The Dark Knight. And I think one of the reasons this is so high on the list, it is done phenomenally. I'm not a huge fan of the hair, But I think Heath Ledger's portrayal in an amazing movie of an amazing character by an amazing actor really clings to this statue, making it rank even higher. So if you haven't guessed, that's where we're at. Queen Studios is going to take the top 2 seats. Number 2 is my most recent acquisition from them. It is the Loki bust. This piece right here is phenomenal, especially with the helmet. When I first got him in and unpacked him from the box, I didn't really think the likeness was 100% on, and there's still a few angles where I don't think that, but sitting in the collection, especially around the theater room, he looks awesome. And while, like I said, there's a lot of controversy about Tom Hiddleston as this actor, it doesn't take away from the awesomeness of this bust. Really surprised that this one ranks so high. I think I started the list with this one not even on there. Which brings us to number 1. It's an epic character from an epic movie, an epic villain, both on the screen and off, played by Bran from Goonies. It is the Queen Studios, Josh Brolin representation of Thanos from Avengers Endgame. So Queen Studios is really killing it with these busts, and as I'm actually doing this, it really makes me want to buy that Alita. If you're a follower of the channel, you know I've been on the fence with that piece, but man, Queen Studios is just killing it. I already have 2 or 3 more pieces on order from them, and I hope they continue doing the amazing work that they are doing. Big fan. That's my list, guys. Let me know your favorite movie piece in your collection, or if you don't have any movie pieces, go ahead and comment which one you would like in your collection, if it's one of these, or if it's a different one altogether. So make sure you comment that below, because that will help you win the statue. To win one of these Mortal Kombat statues, all you have to do is comment on a video. At 15,000 subscribers, I'm going to pick a random video and pick a random comment. That person will win the prize. They can choose between these 2 pieces. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That's all I got for today. I got another top 10 filming very soon, so make sure to keep your eyes out for that. And hit that Mr. X logo to subscribe or check out some of these other countdown playlists. Until tomorrow, take care of your mother.